Off the west coast of Sumatra, in the Dutch East Indies, is the small island of Nias, a place seldom visited by travelers, and where today live a primitive people as yet untouched by Western civilization. The villages, more or less cut off from outside contact, are built in the forest-clad mountains, and the houses with strange gabled roofs face upon one great stone court. In the center of each village stands the high carved stone of manhood, over which all youths must jump before being considered men and warriors. To demonstrate their right to be called men, the youths of this village, Orohili, show their skill in leaping. With apparent ease, the young men more than clear the 8-foot stone. The chief and his attendants are in the audience. The chief is the proud possessor of a prized abbot. His bodyguard has a less decorative one. Many hundreds of feet above Orohili, near the summit of a mountain, is situated another and more interesting village, which can be reached only by a steep climb over trails through the thick jungle. Near the end of the climb, Orohili can again be seen far below. After the narrow jungle trail, it is surprising to suddenly come upon wide stone steps. At the top of the stairway is Varre Mataluo, largest village in Nias. The roof of the tribal house rises to a height of more than 75 feet. The warriors of Varre Mataluo prepare to stage a war and hunting dance in honor of the visiting strangers. Some of the men wear peculiar medieval-looking coats of armor, dating possibly from an attempted Portuguese invasion several hundred years ago, or the shipwreck of a Portuguese man of war. The men of Nias are noted for their fierceness and courage, and only recently have they submitted to outside rule and to Dutch dominance. The dance begins, and the whole village is on hand to watch it. The women and children have front row seats behind the grills of the odd upper story windows. Led by the head man with the only gun of the village, the hunters armed with spears and shields dance to the slow accompaniment of deep grunts and occasional savage yells. After a brief visit to this primitive island, one takes a ship and sails northeast through the Indian Ocean to Sumatra, 7th largest island in the world. One of the most interesting sights of the Minangkabau country, the plateau highland along the west coast, is the Sunday market at Payakumbuh. Here, once a week, the natives from the surrounding territory come to spread out their wares and barter. And as is the custom in the Indies, women do most of the trading. Some of the women wear $10 and $20 American gold coins around their necks. The very latest in hairdressing. A hat that will be even more useful when it rains. The wealthier upper-class women wear conventional Minangkabau dress. Around their necks are more elaborate ornaments of gold. The well-dressed modern young men wear trousers of colorful batik. Nearby at Fort de Kock, native curio merchants bring their wares to the hotels and display them on the lawn. It may be hard to decide just what to buy, but it is almost certain something will be purchased before leaving. A splendid motor highway traverses Sumatra. Near the center of the island stands a simple column, marking the spot where the road crosses the equator. Bamboo fixtures serve the motorist at a roadside water station. Bamboo is used by the natives for many purposes. Large stems are converted into handy buckets. At Palupu is a pool of holy fish. These fish, which are sacred to the Muslims, are never eaten, but visited and fed entirely by native pilgrims and curious visitors. Close by is another well-filled pool. Water buffalo, the common draft animals of Sumatra, take their daily mud bath, not as a beauty treatment, but as a cooling relaxation from their heavy labor in the hot sun. The pace of these patient animals is slow, but steady and sure. A Batak village with its quaint houses is one of the unusual sights which a traveler sees in Sumatra. The Minangkabau structures, with strangely gabled roofs, are perhaps the most picturesque. Even the grain houses are pleasing in appearance. Freshly harvested grain cannot be stored, but must be spread on mats in the sun until thoroughly dry. The quaintness and beauty of the native scenes, etched against dark backgrounds of impenetrable forest, linger long in our memory as pleasant reminders of Sumatra, a tropical garden spot.